I am speaking today with the renowned actor Heromus, best known for his role in the film Skyrim Paranormal Investigation, The Pale Lady. Thank you for being here today, Heromus.
It's a pleasure to be here.
How did you first decide that, as a spider, acting was the career choice for you?
I beg your pardon. I am a giant frost spider. There is a difference. I am Hieronymus Lexingtus the 918th, aspiring Shakespearean actor. I come from a long line of giant frost spiders. We are of an ability of our kind, and superior in both size and intelligence to the rest of our species.
Ah, yes, of course. My apologies.
Apologies are not necessary. Very few people seem to know the difference. As to your question, from a young mere spiderling I knew that I was different. Hatched for greater things than my 212 siblings. But I was first introduced to the whole idea of acting when Mother captured a traveler who turned out to be an actor himself. He recited the lines from some of the plays he had been involved in and then stayed for dinner. Well, he was dinner. But from then on my young mind was besotted with the whole idea of acting.
I solemnly plight my troth to thee, fair maiden, with such utterances as are at my heart's command.
You have been credited with playing a number of roles during your career. What was your first?
My very first role was in a documentary on the wildlife of Skyrim.
After a long and unsuccessful day, we see this giant of Skyrim continue on his hunt for a mate. This remarkable creature moves slowly throughout the landscape looking for telltale signs of a potential mate's lair. Once he spies one, he has to move quickly, or he himself will become the next dinner of the larger and more aggressive female frost spider.
It was not a speaking role, and looking back I now realize that it was quite degrading, both to myself and my species as a whole. But as every actor can attest to, we all have to start somewhere, and that usually involves playing roles we would rather not. But in the end, it did lead to better things. I was next cast in the lead role of Brucian in the famous play, that romantic drama, Two Bridges, and then a third one. However, it was there that I encountered fear, prejudice, and even outright racism right from the very first rehearsal. Just to be near you, sweet Aurea, to look upon your beautiful face, it is all that I ever wanted. Stop, please. Look, I'm not trying to be difficult here, but I'm not feeling any kind of love for my character from her. The only thing I'm getting from her is, well, fear. At that point, I considered giving up on acting altogether. But then I remembered something that Father had said. Well, before Mother ate him, that was.
Son, wherever you go and whatever you do, remember that you are a giant frost spider, and that you have the choice to spin your web however you choose to in life.
I knew that I needed to focus on one goal, and my goal was to be a great actor.
How did you come to get the part in the film? Skyrim Paranormal Investigation, The Pale Lady.
Well, I heard through the cobweb that they were looking to cast a giant spider for a small role in the film. I had seen the previous Paranormal Investigation films, and While I wasn't very impressed with the acting or the storylines, it is an up-and-coming series that has the potential to lead on to greater things. So I put aside my pride and auditioned for yet another non-speaking role.
Ah yes, Heromus. We interviewed many giant spiders for the role of Giant Spider. But in the end we chose Heromus not only for his acting talent and ability to follow direction, but also because he was the only one that didn't try to eat the casting director.
The role was short, and not particularly taxing. All I had to do was sneak up on the two men, moving about 10 feet further towards them every time I saw the director give me my cue from behind the camera. And then finally, one of the men would attack me, and we would pretend fight until my eventual death.
Galvis, there's a spider.
Deal with it yourself. I'm trying to get some research done.
It's big.
Alceus, just hit it with a piece of rolled parchment. Do I have to do everything for you?
I don't think that will work.
It is far more afraid of you than you are of it.
I don't think it is.
Stop being a coward, Alceus. It is just a spider. Squash it with a boot.
Ah! Oh no! Ah!
Now, was that so hard? You need to stop making a big drama out of everything. Fancy being scared of a little spider.
Just watching it makes my blood boil. They cut out my entire death scene, axed it entirely in editing. It was my finest and most convincing performance. I still cannot believe they would do that. They have no appreciation for fine ad-lib acting.
Has acting in Skyrim Paranormal Investigation resulted in being recognized more when out in public?
No. People still scream and run when they see me. But that is a prejudice that all of my kind continue to face. And I don't think it will stop any time soon. Well, certainly not as long as we eat people.
Can we be seeing any more of your work in any future projects?
There are a few. I've been approached about the possibility of reprising my role as Giant Frost Spider in a future Skyrim Paranormal Investigation. However, this time it will be a live-action performance, so it would be a more interactive experience for the audience. I believe they call it a quest. But it is still undetermined as to whether it will actually happen. Other than that, I have been cast as a small role in the very well-known play, The Imperial Soldier. I play horse number 3.
Thank you, Heromus, for talking to us today. The best of luck for all your future roles.
Thank you for having me. That hurts! I'm dying! Tell my family I love them!
I'm dying.
Oh, cut! Gods preserve us from actors.